say it's scheduled in 20 minutes. What time is it?
It's time. It's 1:01. It's time.
Hello, we are live. I was a little befuddled because it was saying it's scheduled for 20 minutes from now. But it is, I just looked at my phone. It is 1 o'clock. So something was maybe just a little off in the scheduling, but we are here at our normal time, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can find me here just about every Wednesday at this time. And usually I have a pretty awesome guest with me, just like today. I've got my really good friend, Rebecca Combs from Tucson, Arizona. She is in to give us a tutorial on a really fantastic, I think it's a necklace today, in many different colorways. And she is our resident Kumihimo expert. And I imagine she used Softflex somewhere in that design as well. So it'll be fun to see where that component came in. Before we get going with Rebecca, though, I wanted to point out we have a brand new sale that just hit the website. It is 15% off all beading design kits. That includes the Holland Tulips kit that we just opened for the Great Bead Extravaganza on Saturday. That kit is now launched, and you can post pictures of what you're making with it into our Softflex VIB Facebook group to enter to win a free kit. But you can still get that kit and get it in plenty of time to post your designs for that really special giveaway in our group. So you can use coupon code GETKIT on any of our kits to get 15% off. And it'll work on more than one kit as well. Remember, only one coupon code at a time, and this is for retail customers. If you are a designer or a bead store or a customer who already gets a discount, make sure you log in to get your discounts applied to your order. And I also think this is the last day for this awesome trio. It is going to be retired. It's the La Fleur Trio with the fluorite bone, and it looks like pink tourmaline. 30% off, ends today. I don't think you need a coupon code for it. Just put it in your cart, and it should already be discounted. All right, let's pop in Rebecca. And if you didn't notice, I've got a sweepstakes going down at the bottom of the screen are the instructions. So you want to comment with hashtag Kumihimo to win $10 store credit at softflexcompany.com. I will pick someone at the end of the program to win. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. You're looking so beautiful with all that bright color behind you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have my Kristen Fagan painting back there that always just like cheers things up.
I know she has so many beautiful pieces of art. I have many of them around my house as well. But yeah, she is such an awesome artist, and I love that you got one of her paintings. And if any of you ever want to pick up one of Kristen's paintings, you should check out her website. I feel like it's kristenfagan.com, but it might be
or maybe Kristen Fagan art.
Maybe? Yeah, well, just Google Kristen Fagan.
She'll pop right up. You'll find her. You'll find her.
Yeah, he'll pop it into the comments.
Yeah, so many pretty paintings, and big ones and small ones, right? Like I have a pretty big one, but she also does small ones.
Yeah, and some of the ones she's already sold, you can even get them replicated on Redbubble. She has a Redbubble account, and another one, there's two of them, but it's all on her website. So take a look there. You can get her art put on bags and mugs and all sorts of cool things. And I have many of those. I have done masks and bags and all sorts of things over the years. Yeah, it's always nice to get that little, and you know the artist. So that's like always fun too. All of you guys know her from her show. Anyway, quick plug for Kristen, but Rebecca, you are our resident Kumihimo expert, and we love when we have you on. Did you have fun at the Great Bead Extravaganza last weekend?
I did. I had so much fun at the Great Bead Extravaganza. We had a great turnout. Lots of people asking fabulous questions about Kumihimo. We had people that had done it before, people that were brand new to it. And there were so many great projects all weekend long. It was super fun.
I know. I love the Great Bead Extravaganza. We're on, I think, our 23rd. That was our 23rd one or something.
24th. This was the 24th.
I think it was 23rd and Kate was wrong, but.
Well, I think she was saying that we had done 23. And
I don't know.
The one we just did was 24. I don't know. It was my second one.
Something like that. It's a lot. It's so many we can't count. We'll just put it that way. But it never gets boring because all of the designers have brand new things every time to look at. And it's been really a breath of fresh air to have you and Francesca join us this year, bringing something kind of new and different that none of us were already doing with Kumihimo and metal smithing for Francesca. And yeah, it's just been, I feel like you've been an excellent addition to the lineup. So thank you for being part of that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so Rebecca has a cool design for us today as well. What do we got today, Rebecca?
Okay. All right, hold on. Oh, it's like hidden behind like my name. I'm just gonna take it off.
Good idea.
All right, so this is the Serenissima necklace.
Yeah.
It'll show it better other than me just like holding it here in front of my face.
There we go.
So what we have happening here is we have a Murano glass focal bead. Right. So these are handmade in Italy. So Serenissima, that's one of the nicknames for Venice. The most serene is what that means. That's why I picked it. And this bead wants to be in our Kumihimo necklace, but the hole's not really big enough to run all the cords through. And that is where the soft flex craft wire comes in to be the hero and makes this possible. So we're going to wire wrap our bead and then we're going to do our Kumihimo. So this is an asymmetrical design. So we've got a 3-color fade here, magnet at the back, peyote stitch end cap covers. But like everything I do, it's actually super easy. And I'll show you how to do it.
It does really, not look easy.
I know, that's the magic trick.
I know. Click that like symbol or the thumbs up if you think this does not look easy and you're excited to see how this is actually easy. Let us know. Just click that little heart button. It looks so complicated, so I'm really excited to see how it comes together.
It's super easy. And once you know this little trick, you can do this with any cool focal bead that you find. If you're like, hey, I want this to be in my Kumihimo, I'd like to just plunk it in there, but the hole's not big enough. Just get some soft flex craft wire. Problem solved.
How long does it take you to make this design from beginning to end, do you think?
Okay, to make the necklace, not to like think it up.
The whole thing. Yeah.
The whole thing. So I don't know, we got like 10 minutes here, string these beads. I don't know, like 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, like I've got an hour each in my end caps. Yeah. Right there. I don't really like keep super close track on like braiding time with size 8s because once I get the beads strung, then I just watch TV.
Yeah.
While braiding.
About it too much.
Yeah.
And it's easy to braid seed beads.
Yeah, the size 8s are the easiest to braid. So when people are learning, I always have them start with size 8 because they're pretty easy to see. They lock in nicely, and yeah, it's just like a nice beginner size. You don't need a core or anything, so they're pretty ideal. And also, I like the size of the finished braid. This is a 8mm in diameter. That's what size end cap goes on here. So it's just like a nice medium-sized braid. Not too tiny, not too big.
Pamela says she doesn't know anything about this, but she wants to learn, so she's in the right place. You've got a great teacher here who really knows how to show you all of the pieces and parts to make it happen. So I'm really excited that we get to have Rebecca with us for this hour. So do you want to show the different color variations, or do you want to hang on to
Yeah,
that for later
I can show you. Let's see, can I?
before we get going?
Yeah, let's see. Do I just like click on these? Will it like go to the screen?
I'm
Oh,
going to
look at
add,
that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we have a few different colorways available of this kit. And these kits we finished making them, so they are ready to ship to you if you want to get one of
ooh,
these.
ahead of the
Yeah,
game.
I know. So these are ready to go. Oh, and we did decide to extend the TGBE coupon through this next weekend because I know there's like a lot happening over TGBE. So we're like, let's give people just a little bit more time in case you need to like watch the replay and to decide what you want to get. So
Yeah.
you could use the TGBE coupon if you wanted to order one of these. It's good on any of the jewelry making kits. So any of the necklace kits, bracelet kits, that's what you can use the coupon code on. And that's going to be good through Sunday. And yeah, we have, what is that? I think we have 11 colorways of the Serenissima necklace, and they all
And
have
they would be going
different
to
focal beads.
designandadorn.com for this.
Yes. Yep, designandadorn.com. You will find all of our kits there. And yeah, let me
Perfect.
flip
And
my camera.
here are some more colors as well.
Yeah.
So it looks like we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So we had 6,
Yes,
7,
I think we
8,
have 11.
11 colors
11
available.
colors. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
hard to
gosh. Tell me in the
choose.
comments which one is your favorite one.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be hard because
these
it's too
beads,
sweet.
if you're not like really familiar with Murano glass, it can be like you can lose yourself in the details here. So
Yeah.
like these have swirls of aventurina. So when you see that little like copper glittery bit, that's called aventurina, and it's a type of glass. And the chemistry for it was discovered a long time ago. And the reason they call it aventurina is because it's a little adventure every time you make it, because it doesn't ever come out exactly the same. So you
Mm-hmm.
have these really beautiful swirls of that like glittery copper in there. These first couple of them, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, those all have little rosettes. So those are made individually and placed. And then on the other slide, some of those have gold foil and yeah, like 18, 17. Yeah, so 15 through 18, those all have gold foil in them. And if you look on 15, 17, and 18, you can see that swirl of glass on there. If you look at it really closely, you can see that it's actually like a filigree. So there's a really fine line of a slightly darker color and then a lighter color, and that's pulled, right? Just imagine this. They're working over a flame and they're pulling this really fine glass around the bead. It's just
Yeah.
so much detail in these pieces.
Yeah.
I love it. I just um it's so difficult to like choose which one you want to do.
I know. That's
I
what I was
love
just
putting the
thinking.
colors together for these, right? And I get to like hold the beads in my
That's
hand and play
fun.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like really digging 4, 6, and 8.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just want to rhyme with who do you appreciate, but I like 4, 6, and 8. And I appreciate Rebecca for putting them together. But those I love all 3 of those. That pop of yellow in 4 is
Hmm.
probably really stunning. And then in 6, that raspberry with kind of a peachy tone is
Yes.
just gorgeous. And
Yeah, and
8, that
that
dark purple with the
raspberry
light purple.
in the center jar, it perfectly matches that little rosette. It's like
Mm.
spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. Kristen's waffling between 4 and 6. 3 is really beautiful too, Sherry. I think 3 is
Hmm.
really gorgeous with that pink rosette and the
Yeah.
pink beads
And that
with
like
the
and that
blue,
sky blue.
with sky
Yeah.
blue. Yeah, that's so pretty. Anybody else have a favorite out of the colors before we get moving on to actually making this design? I'd love to know what your favorite is in the comments because, boy, it would be hard to choose. That dark blue and gold is gorgeous. I
Mhm.
mean, they're all
I really
so
like
beautiful.
15. The 15 has like that soft lavender, and then in the stripes, it's this really
Mm,
pretty pink.
yeah. And then the white too, like that crystally white color.
Yeah,
So
and these are,
pretty.
I see in the comments someone's asking if they're machine made. They are not. These are made by actual human beings, one bead at a time.
Yeah.
So
They're
the
special
tradition of these glass
artisan beads.
beads, yeah, they go back hundreds of years. Each little, glass house is keeping their own, special recipe of the glass to get each color.
So
Yeah,
cool.
each one is truly an artisan piece.
So I see someone said 8. I think it was Deborah. Liz said 17. I like 17, Liz. That's a good
That's really
choice.
pretty. Really
Jeanette
pretty.
cannot decide between 3, 8, and 18. I got to go back and see what 3 and 8. Oh, yeah, 3 and 8. Yes, I like those. Really, really nice. Kelly said 2 or 3. Those are both solid. Yeah, that
For
2 I
sure.
didn't really look closely at, but it almost looks like it has that copper, like,
Yeah, it has
ribbon
has the copper aventurina, and then it's like an ivory and black swirl with the
that
rosettes.
I mhm, that's
Yeah.
a good one. Kristen likes 18 with the flowers. Pamela says she might pick 17. We'll flip back and look at 17. Yeah. They're all so good. You really can't lose. Like, I think they're all so good.
I know.
Oh my lord. They're
It's both
really
hard
great.
and easy, right? It's hard
Yeah.
because, oh, how do you choose? But it's easy because there's not a wrong choice.
Everything's good. Yeah, everything will look good. And you can always, get 2. If you can't choose between 2,
hmm
get them both.
Highly
Most of your
recommended. Lots of
kits
people
are
do that.
limited time kits, right? It's not something you restock or stock
No,
later.
generally not. So these, I only have so many of these special beads. We made up the kits, and then that's it. So like when you're looking at these, there's only like one or two of each colorway, right? I don't have like a million of each kit. It's a very tiny run.
So special.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's flip over to your table and get
Okay.
moving.
Let's see what we got here. Boom, boom. All right, that little ding means that we are here. All right, so here's that. I'm going to start with our wire wrapping with the soft flex. So I've already cut, this is a 20 gauge soft flex craft wire. And here's the bead that I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna get out my little goodies that go with it. So I've got some caps, I've got some bicones. And so if you guys know how to make a wrapped loop, that's how we're starting here. So I'm gonna start with my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to make a 90-degree bend. And then I'm going to get out my round nose pliers, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I made a little Sharpie mark on here. In the instructions, I made a note of where I put that. I went, 5/8 of an inch back, just so that I'm somewhat consistent in my sizing. So I put my wire right there on the mark, and I'm going to press firmly up and over around that plier. And we have to pause here because if I were to keep going, I'd catch the lower tine. So we're going to rotate my round nose plier, and then we're going to continue the loop. So again, we're pushing firmly, pushing down and around. And here we go. There's my loop. I'm going to pick up my bent chain nose pliers. I'm right-handed, so I like for this step to use the bent nose in my left hand. I'm going to grab the loop. I want to cover everything except for where the wire crosses itself. I'm going to hold it with the bent nose pointing away from my working area, and I'm going to take the tail and wrap it around the stem. You could grab this with another pair of pliers to pull it around, but you know what? Lots of times when I'm getting started, I just push it a little bit with my finger and then bring it around. If you are going to pull it with the plier, you're going to have to keep repositioning your hand just because this wire's in your way. So I'm going to go for 3 wraps here. There we go. Looks like that. And here's my cutters. These are my flush cutters. So the back of it is what makes the flush cut. So I'm going to hold that against the part that I'm keeping. And then safety first, whenever you're cutting off a piece of wire, you're going to put your finger over it so it doesn't fly and hit you in the face or hit somebody else in their face. And then let's see, here's where I cut my tail. That looks pretty good, but I'm just going to give it a little squeeze there, just make sure that's all the way down. All right, we're looking good. So I'm going to put on my beads now. I'm going to start with a bicone. Did I grab the wrong gauge wire? Oh, I think I might have grabbed the wrong gauge wire. Sad. My bead's not fitting. I think this might be 18 gauge. All right. Well, imagine it with a bicone. Stick a seed bead on. I picked up the wrong gauge. That's one of the nice things about having a kit is that you have the correct gauge. Unfortunately, I didn't grab a kit for this one. I just grabbed miscellaneous parts out of the closet. So let's get...
I'm over here muted talking to you, but you couldn't.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah. What I was going to say is do as she says, not as she does. And
yes,
make sure you use the wire in the kit for the 20 gauge so everything fits.
Yes, exactly.
I muted myself and then I just talked away. La, 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 la.
I've done that before. There we go. Well, you know, that actually looks pretty cute with a seed bead on there.
Pretty. Yeah, it looks fine.
All right, well, there we go. We'll set those aside. So then at the other end, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to make another wrapped loop. Now here is where I want you to think Goldilocks. We're not trying to squeeze this bead in here with absolutely no breathing space, right? We are going to leave it a little bit of wiggle room. So let's say I theoretically would like to have the same number of wraps at the bottom. So I'm gonna just sort of like measure how much space did my wraps take up here, and that's what will come up here. And I'm gonna make my bend there. Find my round nose plier again. There's my little Sharpie mark. I'm gonna go on here, up and over. Rotate and come around this way. All right, we're looking good. Let's get the bent nose. And I'm going to start wrapping this around. So it's in these wraps where we need to think, don't go too tight. This is not a case where we're going to try to squeeze in one more wrap. So also this would be easy to wrap if this were the correct gauge of wire. Oops. But, there it goes. So I'm going to just snip off that little excess tail there and give this just a little pinch. So that's what our focal is going to look like. And then, oh man, okay. 1 second.
Are you grabbing something you need?
I'm grabbing a thing, yeah.
All right, I'll flash this up here one more time while you're getting settled.
Okay, I'm back.
Here's our coupon code for this week only at softflexcompany.com. We're doing 15% off on all of our kits with coupon code GETKIT. That's at Softflex. And don't forget that Rebecca has a coupon code that she extended from the Great Bead Extravaganza. And I got to pop this down to see it. Hold, please. TGBE is that coupon code. Won't let me add it now for some reason. Oh, there it goes. TGBE, 20% off on all of the jewelry kits that she has to offer on her website as well, designandadorn.com. Okay, back to Rebecca.
All right, thanks. I forgot my Kumihimo disc. I already set up one as like a
kind of important.
Well, this is like a cooking show, so I already have one that's like fully set up. I forgot the one more disc. All right, so I've got
doing great, friend.
Thank you. I've got my bead. I have my cords here. This is a size 18 Superline, and I'm going to take it off this little cardboard bobbin. That's how they come in the kit. So we've got 4 2-yard pieces here. Of course, your kit instructions have all of the detailed information that you need regarding how long to cut your cords. Because this is a asymmetrical design, your cord length is not the same on both sides. We're starting on the short side here. So I've taken my cords off of the bobbin, and now I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to use my powers of concentration to get these guys all through this loop. Oh, look at that. Oh, all of them? No. That's okay. Whew, there we go. Ta-da! Okay, so I fed the tails here, and at the other end is my loop. So I'm just gonna move this bead down these cords. I'm trying to keep the cords from getting all tangly while I do this, so I'm keeping a finger here inside my loop. I have more cord than I can keep in frame here, so you have to just believe the cords are still here even when they're not in frame. So here's my loop, here's my tails. We're doing a lark's head knot, which you guys have seen me do before if you've watched this show. We're gonna pull the tails through the loop, and then going to tighten that up. And it generally looks kind of weird like this when you first do it. Don't panic, we're not done yet. We're going to just sort of like gently hold our knot here, and one at a time we're going to pull on these cords to tighten them up.
Rebecca, Kelly had a question. She said, how long is each strand? And how long do you need each strand in case you want to do something like this with Softflex?
Okay, on this particular design, the each cord is 2 yards long, so that when we fold them in half, they're 1 yard. But it depends on which side of the necklace you're. There we go. This was the one that made that funky little loop.
The last one.
The last one. Always. Always the last one. I usually end up pulling everything twice just to like make sure, because sometimes even when like the big funky spots have gone away, there's like a little something. So I just, there we go. Yeah. Now this looks nice. So generally speaking, your guiding principle for how long your cords should be in Kumihimo is you want 3 times your finished length, right? So is this in frame? Yeah. Cords are 3 times your finished length. With, little caveat, a 1 yard minimum. So say if you wanted to make, we're doing beaded Kumihimo, you want an 8-inch bracelet, right? So 8 times 3, that would be 24 inches for each cord, but 1 yard minimum, you're going to cut them 36 inches each. And that's the 1 yard minimum is so that you have enough room for the starting knot, the finishing knot, for the length of
Gotcha.
cord that has to come from the middle over to the edge, all of that. If you were
Mm-hmm.
doing a necklace, right, like an 18-inch necklace, 18 times 3 is 54 inches, which is 1.5 yards per each of your 8 cords. That's the general guideline that we use when figuring out how long your cord should be.
And that still gives you enough space to do your attachments on either side.
Yep, that'll give you plenty. When in doubt, you want the cords longer rather than shorter because you can't add more.
Yeah.
What you cut is what you have.
Yeah. And
Yeah, right. I mean, there are some techniques
rule.
where, yeah, there are some techniques where you can add more. This is not one of those techniques.
Yeah. So if you wanted something to be 12 inches long, if you wanted something to end up being 12 inches long, you would start with 36 inches.
Yes.
Yeah.
On each of the 8 pieces would be 36 inches long. Yep. That's right. So I have my cords attached to my bead. So that's for this short section here, which is like, it's like 7 inches, right? So if we use that 3-to-1, then they would be 21 inches, but I said 1 yard minimum, which is what we have here. We've got 1 yard coming out on either side of this starting bead. So we're tied on to the Soft Flex Craftware, and now we're going to drop this bead into the hole in the Kumihimo disc, and we're going to start putting these cords around. So I'm working on the back of the disc because it looks better in the video. This is what the front of the disc is. I've just transferred the dots over here. The dots are just to help you get things evenly spaced as you're setting up. You don't really need them beyond that. It doesn't super matter which cord goes where. What I'm just looking for is I'm trying to make this neat and tidy. I don't want excessive crisscrossing. Just because this is going to be part of the necklace, right? This is going to be right here. In some of our other designs, the very beginning of the braid gets trimmed and thrown away, so it really doesn't matter at all where they are. But this time we are going to take a moment and just make sure that things look pretty tidy. And they do here. So this is a counted pattern. So what that means is that not every warp gets exactly the same thing. So you'll be looking at your stringing chart, and it'll tell you what to do on each warp. So I'm not going to string all of these on camera because that would take a long time. I've already strung one up for that. But just to show you how to do this, we'll do one of them. So here's warp number 1, and you're going to use a big eye needle to string your beads. So you just crack the 2 sides of it open, get your cord in here. You want a really short tail when you're working with a big eye needle because it does pinch your cord, and that particular spot of cord will be ruined. So we want it down here at the end in the throwaway zone. And I get some beads on here. So in the kit, all your beads will be labeled. You know, they'll be labeled A, B, C. They're different color names, and you're just gonna follow along. So for this one, it says to pick up 4 of color A, which for me is the blue. And then it wants 44 of the B. Now, I can only count to 10 reliably. So here's 10, and then I'll set a little blue bead here, and that'll represent one group of 10. Because if I have to just count to 44, I won't reliably do that. There we go, second blue bead, so that's my second group of 10. I just slide these down. All right, third blue bead for my third group of 10.
Yes, Kelly, that's right. If you're making an 8-inch bracelet, then you want 1 yard to
Yes.
start.
Yep.
So on every single one, you want at least 36 inches.
That's right. Yep.
That's the least amount you can do is 1 yard per all 8 stones.
Yes. I mean, there are some special circumstances. I've got some earrings that are like teeny tiny where we're using less cord, but generally speaking, you're just starting out, let's just say 1 yard minimum. So now that I have my beads on here, I'm going to tie a slip knot. So I'm just going to wrap the cords around my fingers, take my fingers out of that loop, reach through, grab the long side, and that's a slip knot. And I can put the slip knot around my bobbin. Did I freeze?
Yeah, you did for a second there. It seems
okay.
like it's trying to readjust right now.
Thinking about coming back? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
So annoying.
I'm just winding onto this bobbin. And like I said, I'm not going to make you guys watch me.
Here, let me see if I switch screens, if that will
okay,
help.
will it refresh it?
Knock it back into place.
Maybe if I change camera and then like change back. All right, so let's see. Okay, hey, that's me. And then
hello.
Down camera. Okay, there we go. That did it.
There we go. I know sometimes things just don't work the way you want them to.
Right, just like out and back in again. All right, so we're gonna set this one aside, and we'll get this one that I already. Oops, where'd that? All right, cable. Ta-da! Look, I did all of them. Amazing. Oh, before I start,
which number is this for colorways?
It's not.
Oh, it's not at 1? You're showing us a non-colorway?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't open up a kit. In an effort to be gentle with myself, I made as many as I could, and then I launched the show. And I did, in fact, not launch every one that I possibly could have. So
that's good.
Yeah. So Richard came along and actually called dibs, right? So I have more beads. But Richard called dibs on these. They have an idea for how they are also going to use soft flex craft wire, but then their necklace is going to be chainmail. So future project.
Very cool. We look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, but what I wanted to show you here, I wasn't trying to tease this bead design. I just wanted to show you that some of the beads have different little cap beads. So it depends on the color of the bead, right? So if they have the copper in them, they have a copper bead, and then I have these little gold beads for some of the other designs. So it just depends on the color of your kit. All right, we are going to do 8 moves without any beads. I'm sorry, was that a question?
No, you put so much thought into your kits. Always.
Oh,
and I wanted everyone to know that.
Yeah. All right, so 8 moves without beads. So top right down, that's move number 1. Bottom left up, that's move number 2. Top right down, move number 3. Bottom left up, move number 4. 5, 6. Oh, I didn't put my weight on here. We'll do it in a minute. 7, 8. Okay, so let me just clip my weight right below there. All right, so now it's bead time.
What is the point of the weight for those that don't know?
So the weight helps control the tension. You can braid without it, but I think you'll be happier with it. Your beads are going to be less likely to jump out of position when you have the center weight on there. That's also the reason why we're using the weighted bobbins. The two of those in combination really give you nice tension control. And so then the weights are controlling the tension for you, and you really don't have to worry about it. You just braid. So once upon a time, when I first started, there weren't weighted bobbins. So I didn't teach it with weighted bobbins. I just used plain bobbins because that's what existed in the world. But my students were getting frustrated because sometimes like you'd put the bead in place and then it would just like pop out and you'd have to put it back, and sometimes you didn't notice right away, so then you'd have to unbraid and fix it, and it was just really annoying.
Where are you putting the bead as you go?
As I go, so here's the move I'm going to do. So this is my top right down. So if you follow this line to where it intersects with this first perpendicular cross warp, there is a little pocket right here, and that's where the bead goes. So it just slides right on down, and then, oops, 2 beads. I'm going to pull that one back. Here's my 1 bead, and I just tuck it underneath this perpendicular cross warp, and then I complete the move and bring it across. Show you again. So it's the same thing when you're going up.
Into place?
Yeah.
So
yeah, so the braid structure itself locks it in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this particular braid is called Congo Gumi, and these warps, you can see, have this really nice 90-degree relationship with each other, and that's what allows these beads to lock so nicely in place. So as we're braiding, we're forcing the string into the center of the braid, and that's why on the finished braid, you don't really see the string. You just see the beads on the outside, and the string has been pulled to the inside.
Okay, let's go over again how to do this for anyone who is having a difficult time. So nice and slow.
All right, so our moves are top right down, bottom left up. So here I'm going to be demonstrating a top right down move with a bead. So I lift the cord out of its slot, and then with my thumbnail, I'm going to let 1 bead slide towards the center, and then I use my index finger to poke it so it goes underneath this first cross warp here, and then I complete the move by coming straight up and over. So that was my top right down move, and here's my bead. It's right here. So if it's not seated correctly, get out of here, it'll be like this. See how it's over and you can see the side of the bead? When it's in there correctly, the bead hole is pointing up towards the sky. So that's how you know they're in there right.
Get going on this. It's so easy. It's just really repetitive. You're doing the same 2 things and then moving the board, and doing the same 2 things and moving the board. It comes together much more quickly and easily than it appears.
Yes. Yeah. Once you get going on it, it's super easy. And I do have a video on our YouTube called the Beaded Kumihimo Quick Start Guide that goes over this, and it's more zoomed in. When I'm on StreamYard, I can't like zoom my camera. It's just fixed. But yeah, we're just gonna braid around and around. If you are new to this, something I want you to think about is here, after you do your top right down move, stop here with 3 at the bottom. This is the stopping point. If you need to take a break from your project for any reason, we're going to get up, we're going to get a drink, the phone's ringing, whatever, we're just done for the moment, put it with 3 at the bottom, and then you can set it down like this, and you can walk away. And when you come back, you'll know where you left off. So you're going to pick it back up, and you're going to take these 3 and be like, okay, I left 3 at the bottom, so that's the side that's closest to me. And from there, it's bottom left up, and you know where you've left off. So that's a great way. When you're learning, you can make sure that you always know where you are. I'll show you how to find where you've left your place, but I know that it can be anxiety provoking when you're new if you've stopped and you're not sure where you are. So here we go. Here, I'm going to spin it around, spin it around. All right, where did I leave off? So let's look at this. So we're looking at the point of braiding. Make sure I'm in frame here. And I'm looking for the 2 that are on top. And by that, I mean they are physically on top of the pile. So that's this one. Sometimes if you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your fingernail. And this one. So these 2 are on top. They are on top because I just moved them. All right, so they've just moved. That means this entire axis is out of play. It can't move again until the other axis moves. So now I just need to determine whether or not I need to rotate. And since these are vertical, I do need to rotate. I need to just turn it here. So now this next top right down can move. I think we're getting pretty close to the point where we might start changing colors. I think I just have a couple more beads. And remember, the color change, that all comes from the stringing pattern. So you don't have to do anything special while you're braiding. Oh, here we go. This is my first white bead. And those just drop into place, just like the pink beads. Every string has beads, and every time you move a cord, you move 1 bead into the center of the braid. And once you get the hang of Kumihimo, there's so much you can do with it. Let me show you guys some other projects. I don't know if you've heard, we're going to the Czech Republic in the fall.
Exciting.
I know. And I'll be teaching 2 classes. This one is Bohemian Baubles. This is strung on soft flex wire in the center.
Ooh, so pretty. I love that one.
I do too. This one uses so many shapes. Yes, for the class in Prague, we're going to have 2 colorways.
Oh my gosh.
It has so many shapes. So what I was thinking when I was designing this, I'm like, okay, we're all going to go to these bead factories and we're going to buy up all of these goodies. This is a design that can use whatever shape bead your heart desires.
Ooh.
Right. So this has like giant melons. These are spinners. These are teardrops. These are Saturns. There's rounds. There's fire polish. Whatever bead just calls your name when you're at the bead factory, you can use it with this technique. So I thought this would be a really great one for the trip. And then this is super fun too. This is the spiral staircase. As I'm thinking we might go up a spiral staircase in some cathedrals and, you know, going up a clock tower.
I love how that necklace could be a really great way to remember the trip.
Yes.
You know, that's really awesome. Pamela is asking, is there anything she needs before to do this kit? that's
Yeah,
not in
yeah.
the kit?
Yes, in terms of tools, you're going to need your Kumihimo disc. We do have a toolkit on our website. So you're going to need your Kumihimo disc, you're going to need these weighted bobbins, and then you're going to need a clip-on center weight. And all of these are available at designandadorn.com. Those are like the specialty tools that maybe you don't have already. Other stuff you probably have, right? You're gonna need some scissors to do the Serenissima. You're gonna need your wire wrapping tools, right? Which you guys are Softflex fans, so I'm sure you already have those. You're gonna have your wire cutter and your bent nose, your chain nose, your round nose, these standard jewelry tools. You're gonna want those. I like to have a some sort of like fuzzy beading mat. And then that's it for special tools. The kit comes with a needle, so you'll have that. Oh, other tools. You're gonna need some binding thread. And again, this is something you can find at Design and Door. You'll need binding thread and you'll need E6000 glue. Those we don't put in the kit because one spool of this probably does like, I don't know, 50 necklaces at least. We were causing a shortage of mini bobbins with how many of these we were sending.
What?
We really were, like, there was a mini bobbin shortage and we were the problem. So a few years ago we had to stop putting one in every single kit. We're like, you have a stockpile, that's a tool now. So that's what we do.
Nice. I love
That's right,
it.
using resources wisely.
Yes. All
So
right.
yeah.
Do they need anything else to get started with a kit?
No, they do not need anything else. Just their basic jewelry tools, and then for Kumihimo stuff, Kumihimo disc, weighted bobbins, and center weight.
Debbie wanted to know if you have the Kumihimo stands that sit on a tall table and hold the discs while you make the design.
No. So there
They're kind
are
of heavy duty,
some.
right?
So they're not for me. That doesn't mean they're not for anyone, but they're not for me. I like to hold this in my hand because ideally I'm sitting on my sofa and kind of like reclined while I'm doing this because I'm binge watching whatever my favorite current series is. So I don't use those. So I think you're talking about some people on like Etsy are they're selling stands that it's like it's a
It's
little wooden
on.
stand, and then you put did it come back? Okay. And then you put your disc on top of it. There are those things. And then there's also the traditional braiding equipment, which is a marudai, which is a wooden braiding stand. I don't sell those, but I do have those. So a couple times a year, I teach a marudai workshop. It's a 2-day intensive, and you learn how to use the traditional equipment. I don't currently have a person who would wholesale me a marudai. And also, I don't want to ship marudai. They're giant and they're heavy. If you want one, you need to go to Braider's Hand. That's where you get those. There's like it's one guy. There'll be a waiting list to get one, but they're excellent if you want one. But if you come to my marudai workshop, you can use mine. So I do recommend that before you run out and buy a marudai, do try to go someplace where you can put your hands on it and play with it a little bit to make sure that it's for you, because not everybody likes it. Just full disclosure. It's fun, but not every activity is for every person. So I pretty much, when I'm at home, I braid on the disc so that I can watch TV. But yeah, if you're looking for a stand to hold a foam disc, I would go to Etsy for those, or a few people that make those. Or maybe ask in the Softflex group. There might be somebody who has one that could tell you which kind they got.
So pretty, really easy. I
Oh, there
hope
it
you
is.
guys will give this a shot. Oh,
There
look
you go.
at
You
how
can start
good
to
that
see the
looks
color
already,
change.
guys. It's so good. I love the one that you're going to be doing in Prague. It's really good.
I love it too. I can't wait. It's going to be a great trip. We do have a couple spots if anybody's still thinking about joining us, but now's the time. You gotta get off the fence and get in the group if you're gonna come with us. It's gonna be great.
And
So
when you
much fun.
go, you will be doing what sorts of things for anybody who's never encountered a Prague trip before?
Okay, so you're gonna be doing all the fabulous European vacation things. So we'll be going on a riverboat cruise. We'll be eating fabulous Czech food. We're gonna get to see the astronomical clock. And then we're also going to all of these bead factories. Now, what you have to keep in mind about Czech beading factories is that they're small. The Czech glass industry is what they call a cottage industry, and that's from it being in like little tiny buildings. It's not like going to like a Ford plant or something, right? There'll just be like a few people there making these beads. And John, who's the tour organizer, he's been going for decades and he's been working as a bead importer and he has all of these personal connections with the factory owners and that's how we get to go in, right? These aren't all places that are necessarily open to the public, right? You wouldn't just like
It's very
Google their
special.
address and knock on their door, right? It's very special. We're invited in by invitation only and you get to buy direct from the factory and they're all very excited to share these beads with us so you don't have to be a bead store owner to place an order, right? They'll accommodate small quantities, right? You don't have to get a million of one thing. They're happy to sell you a small quantity of beads that a retail customer would want. And we're going to see lots of different techniques. We'll be seeing some lampwork beads, glass pearls, different shapes of like pressed beads. I think we're even going to see where some like garnet beads are made. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be really interesting. And I think even if you're not personally a beader, it's really interesting too. So if you have a significant other who wants to come with you, they're not going to be bored seeing this stuff just because like they don't do beading. Because it's just so fascinating to see how these things are made. It's going to be really great.
Sounds awesome. Sheila wanted to confirm you have seed beads on every strand. I think you have an even amount on every strand, right?
Yes, every warp has the same total number of beads, but they don't have the same number of each color, which is how you get the color changing. So
Debbie
your
wanted us
chart will
to
tell you.
post. Debbie wanted us to post the name of the store that you suggested for the
Oh,
table.
it's Braider's Hand. Here, I'll type it here. I, I think it's just braidershand.com. I'm not sure, but like the name of the business is Braider's Hand.
On
Um,
Etsy,
no, it's
a
probably
website.
braidershand.com. It's a website.
Okay.
Um, they used to make the Maradai that we sold in the store. But then the guy who makes them, he's like, I'm making too many Maradai. I can't do wholesale anymore. He's like, I gotta like slow down what I'm making here because he's, nearing
Mm.
retirement. It's hard work to do all that
Mm-hmm.
woodworking. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we still definitely, recommend their products. We're just not able to sell them directly ourselves.
Yes.
Um,
Makes sense.
yeah, and also sometimes you can find people who are selling used equipment.
On
American
Facebook
Kumihimo
Marketplace,
Society,
maybe.
that's another like resource. Sometimes people in American Kumihimo Society will be selling equipment that they don't need anymore because I know this might sound a little bit wild to you, but maybe not. I think you all may have the collector's spirit. Sometimes people end up with multiple Maridai,
Mm.
and then they're like, you know what? Maybe I don't actually need like 3 of these. And then they'll sell excess Maridai.
That's never happened to me.
No,
Never.
no, no. Me neither. Me neither. I've never gotten super excited about a thing and then ended up with like too much of
I
it.
don't
No,
have
that's
free
never
heat
happened to me.
guns. No, not at
No,
all.
no, no. Oh, you know what you can do with a heat gun when it dies? You ever had a
Oh,
dead heat
no, I
gun?
didn't know.
Okay, so your dead heat gun, you can cut off the cord and then it becomes a karaoke mic.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, you have to know the words. It doesn't like project it. You just start singing and now it's a karaoke mic.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of those. I don't know why the heat guns keep dying, but I think it might be the nature of things that get hot.
Dana says, collectors? Us? Never.
Collecting is a fundamental part of the hobby. It really
Yeah.
is.
Looks like a braider's hand was sold possibly to a new owner,
Oh, okay.
and shipping will not start till early May from what their website says.
Okay. Well, sounds like might be time to get on the waiting list if you want one of those.
Learning as we go here, learning as we
Yeah,
go.
how about that?
Very cool. Look at how
All right.
fast that's coming together, how she's able to have a conversation with us while doing it because it's very repetitive. So it's a great project to get going and then watch a movie or even on a trip if you're traveling because everything's already kind of preloaded. You can get a lot done whenever you're kind of just sitting still.
Oh, I'll show
And
you guys. This is my travel hack for Kumihimo. This is my project from the Great Bead Extravaganza where I left off my demo and see it's in this soup container
nice.
from a deli, and the 4-inch lid, well, the 4-inch disc becomes the lid. And
Perfect.
if you can get the 32 ounce, the big soup, then there's even more room in there for as your project gets longer.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so take it on the road.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great travel project.
Yeah, so this braid you just keep on going. You know, like we said earlier, this is like a 5 or 6 hour project, so we're not gonna finish it here today in our demo.
Right.
But it's just
Yeah.
gonna keep on going until you're out of beads, and then you're gonna braid a little bit without beads, and you'll take it off. And again, I have some really good videos on my YouTube that has all of the beginner stuff, you know, how to do the binding, how to glue your end caps on, how to do peyote stitch end cap covers. That's these guys here. So this project, you put on your stainless steel end caps and then you do the peyote stitch over it. Just depends on which kit you're working on. Sometimes they're finished off with a end cap with a toggle. So
Cool.
yeah, it's lots of fun. And
I love it. Let's look at those colorways one more time. Now that you've seen how it kind of comes together, let's see if I can get it to. There we go. Now that you've seen how it comes together, you can kind of get an idea of what that's going to look like. Super pretty. I didn't notice 5 is really nice too. That red, the black, and the raspberry. So good. Lots of colorways to choose from, and they all have that specialty bead in there. And then don't forget to use the coupon code that extended from the Great Bead Extravaganza last weekend. If you like this project right here, I imagine you can watch it on replay at the Great Bead Extravaganza. Just go to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page, and you should be able to find it there.
it's also on the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube.
Perfect. So it will exist hopefully forever on YouTube. On Facebook, it eventually gets deleted.
Right.
That looks so pretty. I love your design.
Oh,
It
thank you.
turned out really, really good. Okay, I'm going to take this back out, and I think that'll pop us in. Maybe, let me see. Let's do this. There we are. Let's do our giveaway. I see a lot of nice comments in the comments. Some thank yous. Thank you for being here today, Rebecca. Please throw your thank you in the comments. You can also click that like symbol to let us and Rebecca know that you enjoyed learning about Kumihimo today. And that also kind of helps spread the video. The more you comment, the more you like it, the more the algorithm says, ooh, this one's a good one. And it shares with others. So any post you're seeing from your small business friends, it just takes a second to click that like button and let the algorithm know that it's something good, or drop a comment that's more than 4 words, like a full sentence comment also can do wonders for a video or a picture, anything that we're posting. It means a lot to a small business when we get those little hits. Okay, let me go to share screen and we'll get our giveaway. Let's see. So we're doing a $10 store credit at softluxcompany.com. We've got 48 entries right now. It is your final chance to enter by commenting hashtag Kumihimo into the comments, Kumihimo. And when I pick a winner, hold off on congratulating them until we know they're here. Once we know they're here, you can congratulate them a million times over, but hold off. And then they are going to email marketing@softluxcompany.com to claim their prize. We'll need to know which email you use on the Softluxe Company website so that we can apply that credit for you. If you don't hear back from Thomas, it means he did not receive it. So give him a day or two, but if you haven't heard back, maybe try emailing again. And again, that's marketing@softluxcompany.com. Okay, here we go. We're drawing a winner. Who will it be? Oh, let's see. Elvia or Elvia? Elvia. I'm going to go with Elvia on Facebook. Are you here? Let us know in the comments that you're here to claim your prize. And if you are, we're going to have you email marketing@softluxcompany.com. Let's
Watching the comments.
Yeah. We usually folks are still here, but every once in a while.
Oh, there she is. Yay!
Awesome. Okay. Email marketing@softluxcompany.com. Let us know your name, username, and the email you used to create your Softluxe account. And that way we can apply your credit for your next order. Boy, this was so much fun today.
Yes.
And it was kind of nice for me to get a little bit of a day off as well from designing, because I did so much designing last week. Between like TGBE, I did like live sale designs. This one went wild on Instagram.
Ooh.
It's just like a little cute little wrap bracelet on Soft Touch, but I think that
That's
Green Girl
fun.
Studios course just skyrocketed. I made this guy last week at TGBE, which has an interchangeable Green Girl Studios.
I saw a picture of you wearing that. Yeah, that's so pretty.
Yeah. It is really pretty, and you can change it to whatever you want in the front, which is kind of fun and nice.
Did you say that's Green Girls on the front of that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Oh,
yeah,
that's really pretty.
It's it's 2-sided too. Look at how cool this is.
Is that pewter?
And I just heard, what is it? The lunar moon? Is it the lunar moon is coming next? Or the flower moon? The flower moon, because it matched this piece, one of my friends was telling me. The flower moon is the next full moon. And I was like, oh, it's perfect. The little flower with the stars.
Oh, that's nice.
So good. Yeah. But anyway, I made tons more stuff. And then I'm always making in my group, my jewelry making club on Patreon. If you want to come join me, I'll be there tomorrow at 4:15 p.m. Pacific, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. We're doing floral inspired designs this month. So we will be doing something either with a flower shape or spring colors, or more than likely a flower shape of some kind. So I hope you'll come hang out there as well. And I don't think we have Joyce on tomorrow morning. So look for her at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on the Sofix Company YouTube channel. She's got some plans to make some things with the resin pieces that were in our live sale last week. So tune in for her. Otherwise, we don't have anything till next week with Kristen on Monday. I see you're holding something up. Can we see it? What is it?
What is it? We're reprinting my third book, and we have opened pre-orders. We're hoping to ship this in June. So if you haven't ordered your book yet, you still can. It really helps us out a lot when you pre-order the book. We're super excited about this. So this book originally came out in 2020. So do check your bookshelf. Make sure you don't have it already. But not many people do. It came out in June of 2020, and then it went out of print in September 2020 when Kalmbach closed.
Yeah.
So it had a really, really short run. So make sure you don't have it. And if you don't, now's your chance.
You can get it. This is going to be really do well with written instruction. And so much instruction is on video now.
Yes. I love having a reference book. There's nothing like just like reading it, and video's great, but then you have to find the spot. Like you can really quickly just like page through a book to be like, oh yeah, here's the thing I'm looking for. And also there's a table of contents and you can go right to the page for what you're looking for. And this book assumes you have not done Kumihimo before. So it's going to talk about all of the tools. It's going to start how to do a beaded rope from the very, very beginning, how to load everything up, has super, super detailed photos and instructions. So just like what you have come to expect in all of my kits, that's what you have here, but more, right? There's more of me talking to you than in a kit. Right? There's a little bit more explanation of like, why are we doing this? And then what comes next? And it's a skills building format. So it starts at the very beginning, and then it does go through some more complicated stuff. If you're like, oh, I've been doing Kumihimo forever. Well, you still want to get this book because it has all sorts of cool techniques. This last one in here, this is how to make beaded beads with Kumihimo. That's pretty wild.
That's awesome.
So yeah, printed in the United States.
And they can go to designandadorn.com to get it on the wait list for that. Or
you'll find it there. Pre-order. Yep.
Speaking of written instructions, I did end up putting a PDF with the instructions for this bracelet that I had made in my jewelry making club. So if any of you were wondering and wanting written instructions, I haven't done written instructions in years. It's literally been years. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to dust off my ability to do this. and do some, and it felt good. It was nice. Sometimes it is nice to sit on a more complicated design and have it written out. I'm usually a fly by the seat of her pants kind of designer. But yeah, it was nice to have that. So if anybody loves that, you can find that in the Jewelry Making Club now. It posted over the weekend, I think. So
awesome.
Anywho, it's been great to spend time with all of you, and it's been great to spend time with you too, Rebecca. Thank you for being here and always sharing your beautiful designs with us. We feel really fortunate to get to spend any amount of time with you and learn from you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. And the rest of you, if you're looking for an excellent deal and want to get in on one of our kits at softluxcompany.com, I want you to go to the website, check out our kits that we have available, especially that beautiful Holland Tulips kit. It's stunning, and it's got lots and lots of beautiful beads in it, and you can get 15% off using coupon code GETKIT. It includes Garden Gala, Holland Tulips, Brunching in Style, Lucky Charms, and our Kind Heart kit. There's a ton of kits there to choose from to use this coupon code. And also, last chance on that trio. This will no longer exist as of tomorrow. So it's the Loeffler Trio. You can get 30% off, 3 days only. This is the last day of that sale. So get in there and get that as well. And that's it for me today. I will see those of you that come to Jewelry Making Club. I will see you tomorrow at 4:15, and just tune in for Joyce in the morning. Bye, everybody.